Is this blade the Festool killer? Let's find out. Welcome back to another episode of Festool Fest, the show that celebrates Festool, Festoolians in the Festooliverse. I'm Jay, your host, and last night I was on the computer looking at HarborFreight.com and I saw this thing that was like, what? There's a woodworking 48-tooth track saw blade. And I was like, what is going on here with that? 20 bucks. If you look at the specs, it says it's 6.5 inches in diameter, which is actually 165.1 millimeters, which is pretty close to the Festool TS 55 specification. And but what always catches people with Festool blades is the arbor diameter, 20 millimeters. Modern track saws from Festool, like the TS 55 FEQ or the TSC 55K, both have 1.8 millimeter kerfs. However, the older models of saws have 2.2 millimeter kerfs. According to their specifications, it says it has a 0.086-inch kerf. And even though the specifications don't exactly match for the TS55, I was so intrigued by the price that I had to go check it out. It comes in this packaging, which is actually really nice. And getting that screw off is a little bit of a pain. Like, it's really on there tight. I had to get some tools to get it off. But finally I got it off, and I wanted to see what it would be like fitting into my old TS55 EQ. Normally in the EQ, I have the Tenryu 12-tooth ripping blade, so I have that set up for ripping, and then I have an FEQ that I use for cross-cutting, and you're ready to go. And if we look at the comparison between the two blades, I don't know about you, but it looks to me like it's pretty much on the money. Like, I don't know if there's really going to be any kind of issue here. Into the machine we go, and let's see if we can get this thing to run and see what happens. Oh, okay, that's not a good thing. That sounded bad. It's catching on something, and I don't want to go too far with it, because who knows, I don't want to destroy the saw. That would be not a good thing. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So now let's try to rotate this blade a little bit. Oh, it's catching. It looks like it might have caught a little bit here on the upper shroud. Oh, actually, look at it. It's actually catching on a component for the riving knife. Look at that. See how it's latching on there? Oh, man. That's a bit of a problem. Here's the thing, if it doesn't spin and it catches on something, we can't take that risk. I mean, something catastrophic could go wrong here. You know, shearing off with the carbide tips to destruction of interior components that fling around and destroy more of the saw. That's not an ideal situation. So let's put the universal wood blade from Festool back. Let's put that on there and see how it works. Okay, there's totally a lot of clearance. Look at that, there's so much clearance there. The blade spins freely, there's no catching. All right, now you can really start to see the big difference between 160 and 165 millimeters. All right, what about if we check out this Tenryu blade and go see how that compares? Okay, yeah, okay, that's clearing also, so that's both spin really, really well. Like, here's the Tenryu blade spinning perfectly. All right, and let's put the Hercules back on and see again, just to make sure. Oh yeah, unfortunately it still catches. It's still catching, and that's a big issue. That's a big issue that is pretty much insurmountable. Well, it's insurmountable. If you're really dedicated to doing this, you could take off this entire riving knife housing. That will give it enough clearance, I think. I don't know if that's really going to give you a lot of advantage to remove the riving knife. Plus, if you remove the riving knife, you know, what I've experienced, especially since I cut a lot of slabs, is that, you know, sometimes there's a lot of internal tension and it just wants to close up on the kerf. And if that happens without a riving knife, who knows what could go wrong. While I thought that this is going to be the Festool blade killer, I know that's a very clickbaity title. I couldn't help myself. But while I thought it might have been that case, you know, because the blade is 20 bucks, so you can really save quite a bit of money. If it was only just a hair smaller, it could have been perfect. Now, I only have the TS55. If you happen to have the TS60, it might work. But I don't have a 60 to compare it with, so I don't know. If you enjoyed this video, please consider buying coffee from me, spurlcoffee.com. That's what I do for a living. If you want to support that and get coffee for yourself, you help me make a living, and I can make more videos for woodworking. So, hope you have a great one, and see you next time.